Our research project at IU has been with the cochlear implant program. And actually, SciOtoSci was one of the initiators of the whole thing, going way back to the very beginning when there were just a handful of investigators in the whole world. And Riley was chosen to be one of those. And at that time, we had no funding because insurance companies didn't know what a cochlear implant was. So at that time, one of the chapters in Anderson took us on as just a local project and helped undergird this. Then eventually we became a state project and then a national project, and then an endowment was set up to support the program. But this has been gradually growing. It's now a huge international program. These are being done all over the world now, but we had to establish some of the safety issues early on. That's been done. Probably the most important thing that's come out of this recently, we found that lowering the age of implantation is very important. So we've had an infant study ongoing for about 10 years now. But just very recently we got approval from the Federal Food and Drug Administration to study the infants. This has the potential of being a huge project because it's going to change the whole insurance scene in the country. 90% of deaf children are born into hearing families, so the rest of the family hears, the siblings and the parents, and so if possible we'd like to get them back into that world. Right now, with all the newborn screening programs that are available using a test called otoacoustic emissions and brainstem testing, we can identify infants at birth. We know they're deaf, so at that point we have to assess them, but hopefully by intervening early, they'll develop appropriate speech and language skills, which is where SciOtoSci has helped us tremendously. We had none of the types of people to do this work at children's hospitals anywhere in the country, and we had to start putting a new group of professionals in place to assess the kids. But we now have them, and this has become a very important project because not only can we find them, we also have appropriate intervention. What the funding from SciOtoSci has done is allowed us to bring in appropriate professionals to help us answer some of these questions. But there's a huge amount of contribution between the deaf world and the hearing world right now, and we can't answer that. Teachers of the traditional deaf population want their patients to be deaf. That's their defining